Alright guys, in today's video we have more PlayStation news and rumors to go over and cover. We have some very interesting topics to go over here today, so before we get into them, do me a favor and hit that like button to help the video out and show your support. And if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. We're on our way to 100,000 subscribers. I'd really appreciate it. We're starting here though with a very interesting rumor regarding the next BioShock game and how apparently Sony is attempting, or maybe even has already secured, exclusivity for the next BioShock title. Now, this is coming from the individual Special Ed over on Twitter. He is somewhat of an insider. He has been correct about some things in the past. Apparently, the most recent PlayStation-related thing he has been correct about is he came out and he said Final Fantasy VII will be part of March's PlayStation Plus lineup. And it turns out that he was 100% correct about that. So there's a chance that what he's saying here, or wherever he's hearing this information, it could have some truth to it. But we do have to understand this is just a rumor. And as I always tell you, walk away not expecting anything. Okay, just take it for what it is. But don't expect the next BioShock game to actually be PlayStation exclusive until it's officially confirmed. But with that being said, he's claiming that Sony, based off of what he's hearing, is money-hatting BioShock, and it will either be a timed or full exclusive. He claims that he's not sure exactly what it will be. I think it would make the most sense for it to be some type of one-year timed exclusivity deal if this is in fact something Sony is pursuing. And I also want to kind of add in here that I am tempted to believe this, not because, oh, I'm a PlayStation-centric channel, and oh, check that out, BioShock's exclusive, you know, that sucks for Xbox players. Not so much for that reasoning, but because if you look at the way Sony has approached exclusivity this generation so far, they are very aggressive with timed exclusive content, with third-party exclusive content as well. We know that Sony has apparently been talking to every publisher, every developer to try to see what type of deal they can strike. And obviously, some developers and publishers are going to be more open to it, others won't be. And it sounds like BioShock could be one of the games that Sony was able to secure as a timed exclusive. And I want to tell you, this would be a very, very significant timed exclusivity deal if Sony was able to lock it in. It would be even bigger if it was a full exclusive, as in it's always going to be exclusive to PlayStation, but that just doesn't sound likely to me. BioShock is a very well-known franchise, a very well-respected franchise, and people are very eager to see what the next game is going to be like, what it's going to be about, and I think that it would certainly be a big move if Sony was able to secure it as an exclusive. One last thing I want to add here that does maybe add a little bit more fuel to this flame, and this is just my speculation, is that ever since Microsoft acquired Bethesda, I think that even before that, Sony was already very serious about trying to secure timed exclusives. I think more so now. I think now that Bethesda games are most likely not coming to PlayStation, Sony is really pursuing timed exclusivity much more aggressively than they were previously. So that's just my own speculation, but I want you guys to let me know down in the comments below what you think of this rumor. Do you believe it? Do you think there's no way? And if so, if it does turn out to be true, how significant do you think it's going to be? Let me know down below. We're moving on to the next topic now, which has to do with PlayStation 5 only exclusives, as in games that are just developed exclusively for the PlayStation 5 and will not be releasing as cross-gen titles for the PS4. We came across some very interesting and, in my opinion, very revealing data that should give you a lot more confidence that going forward, we're going to see less and less cross-gen games coming out of PlayStation and more PlayStation 5 only exclusives. So this is coming from Christopher Dring. He's from gamesindustry.biz, and he says here, Biomutant has been denied a #1 in the UK box charts because a number of PS5s went on sale last week, which caused a surge in sales for Spider-Man Miles Morales. The game is #1 for a second time this year. Now, at first glance, this may not seem that significant. It's just, oh, Spider-Man Miles Morales is selling well. No surprise there. Well, we have to identify something here. That being that many gamers, seemingly many of them, are not buying this game on PlayStation 4, even though it's available on the PlayStation 4, the console that they currently own. What they're doing is they are waiting until they are able to upgrade to the PlayStation 5 before they buy some of these games, maybe most of them. And it's interesting because we know that Horizon Forbidden West is up next as a cross-gen title, although it's interesting to think that a lot of people don't really seem to care anymore that it's a cross-gen title because the showing was so impressive. It's like some people are forgetting it's even available on PS4, which I do agree. So you could argue that maybe Sony will continue to do cross-gen because if we can't see the difference and we can't spot the difference and no one seems to care, why would they stop? But putting that aside, Horizon Forbidden West is up next. How many people, I'm wondering, will choose not to buy it on PS4 because they're simply going to wait until they get a PS5? If this data is any indicator, it seems that a lot of people are going to do that. A lot of people are going to wait to buy Horizon Forbidden West for the PS5 to get the best version of it, just like they're doing here with Spider-Man Miles Morales. The reason why this bodes well for future PS5 only titles is because it should make Sony feel a little bit more relaxed, maybe even a lot more relaxed about the idea of releasing a game such as, say, God of War Ragnarok as a PS5 only title, right? Even if you don't have as many PS5s out there in the wild as you were hoping by this point, you don't have to worry. People will buy this game. They will wait until you can make more PS5s available, and they will wait to buy God of War on the PS5. You know, they will be walking out of the store or checking out their cart with God of War on the PS5 when they're able to buy one. And that's a really good sign because I know that most of us here, you know, we want to see PS5 only titles. We want to continue to see the PS5 pushed to its limit, to see these talented dev teams really maximize what they can achieve with PS5 only titles. You know, so I just wanted to present this data to you guys and let you know that this is a good thing. This is a good sign, and this should make Sony feel much more confident about greenlighting PlayStation 5 only titles going forward. But we're moving right along here, talking about another PlayStation 5 title, that being Returnal. It seems that Sony has deemed Returnal a successful new IP internally, and this is very important because I think that's a big question a lot of us were wondering. You know, is Returnal going to succeed when it comes to how Sony views it, or is it going to flop? Is it not going to meet a certain standard or, you know, clear that bar that maybe Sony set for Returnal when it comes to success? It says here, in its recent Investors Day presentation, Sony Interactive Entertainment revealed that it considers Housemarque's Returnal a successful new IP alongside Sucker Punch Productions' Ghost of Tsushima. That's quite a feat for the Finnish studio as it transitions from making smaller arcade games to AAA experiences, one that's controversially priced at $70. Returnal's commercial success is further proven by the impressive player statistics released by Housemarque on Twitter. Now, I wanted to be sure to take a few minutes here to let everybody know about this because, in my opinion, one of the most important things when it comes to PlayStation and the games that are being developed for it is focusing on the new IP specifically and how well they do, whether or not they're considered successful, because that's what we all want to see. We all want our sequels, but we all want to see the new IP as well, and we want to see that new IP succeed when it's, you know, clearly something good, right? And I think a lot of people were feeling a little bit nervous about Returnal because it seemingly has a very passionate audience and a very passionate following, and they want to see it continue to do well. They want to know that maybe, you know, this is something that Housemarque is going to be able to continue to build off of and maybe still remain partnered with Sony. And so internally, Sony is putting Returnal up there alongside Ghost of Tsushima, which is kind of crazy because Ghost of Tsushima was a mega successful game for PlayStation. So hats off to Housemarque. They seemingly proved a lot of people wrong. Turns out people went out there, they bought this game, they supported it, and right now we're hearing from Sony that, yeah, this is a successful new IP for us. So I hope that we see a continued partnership between Housemarque and Sony because I think that they're on to something really special with Returnal. And for those wondering, I did finally beat Returnal. I really got hung up for a while there on the 3rd biome and then again on the 5th biome, but yesterday I completed it. Amazing game. Now I'm going to attempt to platinum it, so wish me luck. We're going to close out this video talking once again about Horizon Forbidden West, because apparently the Horizon Forbidden West State of Play has already become Sony's most watched single game presentation. Now, I'm going to let you know that right now it's sitting at about 5 million views, which is extremely impressive. It's only been out for about 3 days, but this article we're reading from actually went up, I believe, the next day, so it's even more impressive when we go over these stats. So it says Sony's most recent State of Play broadcast, which focused on the massively anticipated Horizon Forbidden West from Guerrilla Games, has already become the company's most watched single game presentation, despite taking place less than 24 hours ago. Again, this article was written up not even a day after the presentation aired. It says, according to early viewing figures, the Horizon Forbidden West State of Play has notched up some 2.5 million viewers, beating Demon's Souls at 2.2 million, Ghost of Tsushima at 1.9 million, and The Last of Us Part 2 at 1.5 million, and it's worth noting that it did so in a very short amount of time. Again, just less than 1 day. The fact that it's sitting at about 5 million views just a couple days later is extremely impressive, and what this should tell you is just how highly anticipated Horizon Forbidden West truly is. This is a game that a lot of people are very much excited for. What's going to be interesting is when we get that eventually God of War Ragnarok dedicated State of Play. How is that going to match up against not only Horizon Forbidden West, but these other titles as well? I've said it before and I'll say it again. Sony and their studios, they're all competing with one another, and you absolutely love to see it. But before we end this video, I do want to talk briefly about some comparisons that were recently done for Horizon Forbidden West when it comes to the sequel and the original. Apparently, there are some impressive visual improvements. I mean, obviously, we already saw that, but it's worth going over here because there are some people, unfortunately, who are very much trying to downplay what we saw with Horizon Forbidden West, making it seem like it's really not that significant of an upgrade. But it says here, Horizon Zero Dawn was one of the best looking games on PS4, so it goes without saying that expectations in the visuals department are high for its sequel, Horizon Forbidden West. The upcoming sequel has looked extremely impressive on that front and everything that we've seen of it so far, including its recent gameplay debut, but it looks even more impressive when it's compared side by side with its predecessor. YouTube channel El Analista de Bits, hopefully I said that correctly, recently uploaded a video comparing the gameplay footage for Horizon Forbidden West from the recent debut of the Horizon Zero Dawn footage, and the visual improvements on display are something to behold. Everything from character models and animations to world density and vegetation has been compared in the video, showing significant improvements. The one area that has seen the biggest boost is the water graphics, which makes sense considering the fact that the underwater sections are quite a big element in Horizon Forbidden West. So I'll actually have this linked down below so you can go check it out for yourself, and I'll admit, you are already feeling impressed by what you're seeing when you're just watching the Horizon gameplay demo on its own, but when you do see it stacked up against the original, it becomes very apparent how significant of a leap it really is. And again, it's all the more impressive when you consider the fact it's a cross-gen game, as in it's still going to run on PS4. So very impressive stuff there. Just wanted to take a moment to let you know that apparently the first comparison we have here reveals that there is a huge upgrade, in case you were wondering. But that does it for the video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. I hope you did find it informative. Be sure to leave it a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share this video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.